Hello everybody, this is Sanu Das. Welcome to Geography with Sanu. In this video, we try to understand the monsoon wind and its origins, how its origins and its mechanisms of origins of Indian monsoons. Basically, first introductions. In general, monsoons refers to a network of wind that reverses its directions seasonally. The monsoons of South Asia is among several geographically distributed global monsoons. It affects the Indian subcontinent, and India is the most affected country of monsoon wind. First is the introductions, and second is the meaning of monsoons. The word monsoons is derived from the Arabia word mousims, which means seasons. In 1686, the term mousim first used by Edmond Halley. So he was the first introduced the term mousims. Through these terms, the monsoons term came. And next is definitions. A monsoon is a wind circulation that reverses course on seasonal time scale. A monsoon is traditionally seasonal reversing wind accompanied by corresponding seasonal change in atmosphere circulations and precipitation associated with asymmetric heating of land and sea. Asymmetric means the differential heating and coolings of land and sea. Next is the characteristics of monsoon wind. A monsoon is a seasonal reversing wind. The average temperature of monsoon wind is 26 degrees centigrade. It is an average temperature of monsoon wind. In India, about 90% precipitations occurs due to monsoon wind. In summer, monsoon wind are flow from southwest directions, and in winter, monsoons are flow from northeast directions. The break and burst of monsoons is the most important characteristics of Indian monsoon. So these all are the characteristics of monsoon wind. And next is the main topic, the origins or mechanisms of Indian monsoons. The origins of monsoon still shrouded mystery. The several attempts have been made to explain the mechanisms of monsoon, but no satisfactory explanations is available till now. To explain the mechanisms or origins of Indian monsoons, two theories are most important. One is classical theory and another is modern theory. First is classical theory. Rig Veda, first is Rig Veda. Monsoons are mentioned in Rig Veda but did not mention the mechanisms of monsoons. Rig Veda, the monsoons terms are mentioned but did not explain the mechanisms of monsoons in Rig Veda. And next is Arab traders. The first scientific study of monsoon wind was done by Arab traders. Arab traders used to sea routes to carry out trade with India, study the monsoon's pattern. And so Arab traders is the finder of monsoon wind in India. Study the monsoon's pattern and study the monsoon's pattern. In 10th century, Al-Masudi give an account of reversal change of ocean's current and the monsoon wind over the North Indian Ocean. So Al-Masudi is an Arab traders an account of reversal change of ocean's current and monsoon wind over North Indian Oceans. Next is the thermal contrast theory. All of these are included in classical theory. And next is the thermal contrast theory. Edmond Halley in 1686 explained that monsoon is the resultant of thermal contrast between continent and oceans due to their differential heating. According to Halley, summer and winter monsoon depending upon season. And first is summer season. In summer, the sun shines vertically over the Tropic of Cancer, we all know. Resulting is high temperature and low pressure in Central Asia, while the pressure is high over Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. This induces southwest monsoon flow sea to land and brings heavy rainfall to India and its subcontinent. And these are the diagram which monsoons flow from southwest directions to Indian Oceans to Indian subcontinent. And next is winter monsoons. In winter, the sun apparent path is vertically over the Tropic of Capricorn. The northwestern part of India grows colder than the Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. The flow of monsoons reverse as northeast directions. Earlier it is reversal directions and in northeast directions. So it is the thermal contrast theory. And these are the diagram, the reversal directions from northeast directions from land to oceans. And next is the modern theory, which very clearly discussed the mechanisms of monsoon wind. First is air mass theory. Meteorologist Fons developed the air mass theory which is related to the origins of Indian monsoons. Northeast and southeast trade wind convergence in equatorial regions. The northeast and southeast trade wind are convergence in equatorial regions and create ITCZ, intertropical convergence of zone. Of ITCZ shift north and south with the change of season. The ITCZ shift throughout seasons. In summer, the sun shines vertically over the Tropic of Cancer and ITCZ shift northward. ITCZ shift northward. In summer season, the ITCZ shift northward due to the sun shines vertically over the Tropic of Cancer. The southeast trade wind of southern hemispheres cross the equator and start blowing from southwest to northeast directions under the influence of Coriolis force. These displays of trade wind are called southwest monsoon when they blow over the Indian subcontinent. When they blow over Indian subcontinent, it's called southwest monsoon. So these are the diagram. In July month, the ITCZ shift northward and southwest monsoons are cross the southwest monsoons flow from Indian oceans to Indian subcontinent. This is the air mass theory. And next is thermal engine theory. P. Cotes and next is thermal engine theory. P. Koteswaram in 1952 put forward his idea about the monsoon wind based on his studies of upper air circulations. So thermal engine theory was first introduced by P. Koteswaram in 1952. He put forward his idea about the monsoon wind based on his studies of upper air circulations. He has tried to establish a relationship between monsoon and atmospheric condition prevailing over Tibetan Plateau. So here we point out that there was a relationship between Tibetan Plateau and monsoon wind in thermal engine theory. He has tried to establish a relationship between Tibetan Plateau and monsoon wind. Tibetan is an ellipsoidal plateau at 4,000 meter height above mean sea level and area about 4.5 million square km. This plateau is surrounded by mountain range, and this plateau also surrounded by mountain range. Now we know the mechanisms of how it's work and what the relationship between Tibetan Plateau and monsoon wind. It gets heated in summer and 3 to 5 degrees centigrade much warmer than the air over adjoining regions. So it is much warmer than the air over adjoining regions. Tibetan Plateau is a source of heat for atmosphere, generate the area of rising air. When the air are very warm, the air ascends up or rising air, which is called rising air. During its ascents, air spread outwards and gradually sinks over the equatorial part of the Indian Ocean, and the rising air gradually sinks over the equatorial part of Indian Oceans. It picks up moisture from the Indian Oceans and flow as southwest monsoons over India and adjoining country with heavy rainfall. And this warm rise air sink over the Indian Oceans and pick the moistures and collect the moistures and flow in southwest directions in Indian subcontinent and Indian adjoining regions of Indian subcontinent and brings heavy rainfall. This is the thermal engine theory. In this diagram we simply illustrate this concept. Next, the final or important, one of the most important modern theory is jet stream theory. Jet stream theory is the latest theory regarding the origins of the monsoon, and this theory has earned worldwide acclaim from the meteorologists. In this theory, the origins of Indian monsoon explained in 4 stages. First stage is winter season, subtropical westerly jet flow west to east directions. near the southern part of Himalaya at a height about 12 km. The velocity of westerly jet very high, 150 to 300 km per hour. In this time, the northern part of India, the air pressure is high. In this diagram, we represent the winter seasons in according to jet stream theory. Next is stage 2, summer season. In summer season, the velocity of jet streams getting decline. The velocity of jet streams getting decline, and the westerly jet streams shift toward the north of Himalaya. The westerly jet stream shift toward the north of Himalaya. And here also Tibet Plateau get heated in summer and 3 to 5 degree much warmer than the over of adjoining regions. So and second stage and stage 3, the origins of southwest monsoons. According to jet stream theory, the origins of southwest monsoons is in third stage. Tibet Plateau is a source of heat from atmosphere, generate the area of rising air. During its ascent, air spreads outward and gradually sinks over the equatorial part of Indian Oceans. In this time, in 15 degree north, easterly jet appear, and this jet streams influence for coming monsoons wind in India as southwest monsoon. So 15 degree north easterly jet streams also are the influencer to influence the southwest monsoon to came in India. This time heavy rainfall occurs in India due to southwest monsoon. So this is the third stage in jet streams theory, and in this diagram we shows the westerly jet streams, how its flow and how its work, and stage 4, delay or barrier of monsoons. According to jet streams theory, the delay or barrier of Indian monsoons, how its work, we discuss in fourth stage. In summer season, if westerly jet not shift toward the north of Himalaya, warm rising air from Tibetan Plateau flow toward east due to westerly jet, and monsoons with its delay in India. While in summer season, easterly jet are not appear in 15 degree north. Easterly jet are not appear in summer season in 15 degree north. Due to this reasons, Indian monsoons are delayed. This is called the delay or barrier of Indian monsoons. According to jet stream theory, light of 15 degree north jet streams, and 15 degree north not properly cross sected in Indian subcontinent. So these are the all are the mechanisms of origins of mechanisms in the origins of Indian monsoons, and origins of Indian monsoons. And another important hypothesis is elevated heat pump hypothesis, is including in mechanisms of Indian monsoons. Heat pump hypothesis, which is related to the origins of Indian monsoons also, which we discuss in another class. So I hope you understand what is the monsoon wind and how its work, and how it's what are the mechanisms of behind the origins of Indian monsoons, or mechanisms of Indian monsoons. So thanks for watching.